Hardness and toughness are properties that relate to a piece of timber's ability to stand up to heavy-duty wear and tear. Although they sound like they might be referring to the same thing, they're actually used to describe different aspects of the wood fiber's performance. Hardness is the ability of wood to resist indentation. It's often used as a comparison between species when deciding on which one to choose for a floor surface. The most common method of measurement is the Janka hardness test. This involves pressing a steel ball into the timber until it reaches its halfway point, producing a cavity of 1 square centimetre in the surface. The pressure required to push the ball into this depth is measured in kilonewtons. It's worth noting that although hardness in a timber floor is an important factor in industrial and commercial buildings, it's not always the main consideration in a residential floor. For example, Baltic pine has been used successfully for over 200 years, but it's actually quite soft. In these cases, rugs and hallway runners are often used to protect the floor in high-traffic areas, although some people prefer to simply let the floor wear naturally and develop its own character over time. Toughness is the ability to withstand shocks and blows. It's sometimes referred to as impact strength, since it's a measure of the strength required to resist a heavy impact. The most common method used to measure toughness in timber is the IZOD impact test. Pre-notched specimens are broken by a falling pendulum, and the energy required to fracture the fibres is measured in Newton meters. Toughness is an important property for any timber component that needs to absorb sudden shocks or impacts. Traditionally, Russian and European ships that were built for Arctic waters often used Australian ironbark sheathing in the hull to help break up the pack ice without overstressing the other structural members. Tool handles, particularly those used in hammers, axes, and picks, also need high impact strength to resist cracking or splitting when they're subjected to a shock load. You'll find tables showing hardness and toughness ratings on the webpage for this lesson.